What's up, Repo fans? This is Ken Cage coming to you live from Pasadena, California, home of the Rose Bowl. Beautiful day out here in Southern Cali. Quick update, when I left you last night, I had 2 of the 4 airplanes. Well, guess what? Shockingly, we got the other 2. So now we're 4 for 4. It's like a regular Pete Rose Sunday, 4 for 4. So we got 2 in the air. One's preparing to get in the air. We'll be in the air in about an hour. The other aircraft was completely destroyed, useless. It's a paperweight now, so clearly that's not going to fly, but that's kind of the nature of the business. Sometimes they're gold and sometimes they're garbage. So overall we did pretty good though, and the fact that we got all 4 was pretty awesome. But I would be remiss if I was in California and didn't meet with, everybody say it with me, the great Jorge Abarca. So the great one and I are sitting here having some coffee, had lunch, we're just chilling here in Pasadena, but Jorge has given some great news. Things are progressing, which is pretty darn exciting. So this project is inching along, but we're going to get it there. So Jorge, I'd like, why don't you tell them a little bit about what you got on the burner here? What's happening?
Sure.
Please refer to him as the great one.
What's up, guys? Yeah, so it's a very interesting time right now. We're getting things together. We're really working hard to bring this show to you. We have a very important meeting next week, and basically we're going to talk about the show, and we're trying to get other people excited about it, and hopefully it goes great. Yeah, I mean,
but everybody's excited.
Yeah, but it's important for you guys to know that we're working hard. It just takes time. It takes time to convince people, and not to convince them about the great show, just to convince them that it's the right time for us to do this thing for you guys.
So when we were talking off air, and Amy says hello from 30 minutes away.
Hey.
So we've got a bunch of people saying hi. You are being called the great one. I want you to understand and relax.
That's great.
We're good.
That's great.
So not many people get good nicknames. When you get one, you got to appreciate it.
I do.
So you had said there's a couple things that need to happen from a fan's perspective.
Yes.
And it would help to be able to do it by next Thursday, and it's something that can happen quickly. So why don't you explain that to people?
So I know we've been asking for your help numerous times.
Can I stop you?
Yep.
Remember Jason?
Yep.
From Michigan?
Yes.
Check it in. He calls you the greatest.
Yay, Jason! What's going on, brother?
He's kicking butt in the real estate world up in Michigan.
Yeah.
Does
He's
he
a
have
rock
like
star.
He's a rock star personality for that?
Yeah.
Man's going to be selling $10 million in houses next year.
You're still going to be in my movie, man.
So what can the fans do to help you?
Okay, so this is the thing, guys. We really need your help. We need your help if we want this show on the road. And the one thing that we can do right now is to try to concentrate as many of you as possible into one single page, one single platform, rather than having you spread across multi social media, what have you. We want all of you guys to be concentrated in one page. And why don't you tell them which page is that?
That would be the Ken Cage-Airplane Repo page.
And the more people we can get, the more followers, the more likes, the faster would be for us to bring the show to you. And I'm talking about...
I gotta stop you again.
Yep.
Hold the thought. For those of you from Philly that just saw that offensive sight of a Dallas Cowboys t-shirt, I apologize to every one of you. No one should have to see that kind of offensive stuff on Facebook. Go ahead, it's back to you.
Anyway, so yeah, we would really appreciate if you guys can come together, and what is it? It's just a matter of seconds for you guys to follow us in our Facebook page. Start building a fan base over there, and I just lost my train of thought
again. How did that happen?
I have no idea.
Great.
I have no idea. Yeah.
So we want them to check out Ken Cage Airplane Repo. Amy asked me to post the link. I will post it on this page in just a minute. Don't stop with the thumbs. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. So so listen, that's the first step, guys. Let's try to get as much people as possible into that page. Then we'll let you know what our second plan is. We're trying to do this by the numbers. So please help us spread the word. Tag your friends, ask your friends to follow us. We're not gonna spam you with stupid posts, but again, the more people we get, the faster it would be for us to bring the show to you guys.
Right. So Karsten's here from Germany, I believe. What's up, dude?
Going down.
Peter's been checking in.
Yeah.
Peter, I believe we met in the San Diego airport when I was filming last year, if I'm not mistaken. And then the vice president of the fan club.
Nice.
Because she really appreciates me calling the vice president when her son is the president of the fan club.
Okay, that's great.
She hates that. So Jen's here. What's up, Jen?
It's a family business, man.
Well, she wants to be the president. Being the king of the household isn't good enough for her. She wants to be the president of the fan club too.
Of course.
Colton just walks in though, and everybody's like, "Yeah, what's up?" So
now that you mentioned Germany,
Phoenix Airport. Peter corrected me, so I did meet him. Good. What's up, Pete?
And we've been talking about this a lot, which is we want this show to be available for everyone, not only for people in-house but internationally. We want them to see the show as it happens every episode. We don't want you guys in Germany to wait months for you guys to see the episodes. We want you to see it at the same time. So that's something that we're working very hard right now into making it happen.
Very cool. Jolie says howdy from Texas.
Hey.
Nolan's on here. And Nolan is that. I think Nolan posted the link to the Ken Cage Airplane Repo. So
perfect. So guys, please look at the link, follow it. Please try to get, like, if you guys are following us in a different social media or whatever, just go back to this link and follow it. And let's try to concentrate as many of you as possible, because our next Facebook Live is going to be held there. Yeah,
it is, absolutely. Jennifer, the fan club vice president, calls herself Jan Brady.
Jan Brady.
Because she's always forgotten as the middle child. So if we can institute that and get that as to be a part of the show, that would be outstanding. I don't know how we could do any better for her than that.
Yeah.
Her son goes to school in a suit and tie, you know, looking good and sharp all the time. Colton's the man. And we could put pigtails on Jennifer and sing the Brady Bunch theme song for her. So
that's great.
Everybody is considered here. All the Repo fans.
Yeah, every single one of you.
So, good. Well, we've got a lot of progress. And I'm still repoing every day.
Yeah.
Got a couple last week. Got 4 in the last 30 hours or so.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them again what happened this morning? Because some of them just joined. Let me
back. And we got Queen in the back too. Bohemian Rhapsody in the background. I don't know if people can hear that, but that's what you get in Pasadena. Get the music cranking. Well, so yesterday when I left everybody, I had the 2 airplanes and we're still looking for the other 2. This morning, you know, I did end up working through most of the night, kind of standard, until we found it. So this morning at about 6 o'clock, we got a tip, headed over to the airport and found the other aircraft. So we've got them all now. 2 are in the air, 1 will be in the air in about an hour, and the other one was trash. The engine was taken off, the stack was all taken apart, so that thing's not flying anytime soon. But again, and this is what Jorge and I were talking about too, as far as what gets shown. so far we've only shown the successes. You know, every airplane is a $3 million airplane, and we get top dollar on every airplane, and we make the most money, and everything's successful for the most part. But sometimes we get these airplanes and they're crap. They're just complete garbage. They're paperweights. So if we're going to show what real repo men go through, I think it's imperative that we show this as well. This is one of the disappointments. And Jorge's first question to me is, how do you deal with that? Well, that's something we can kind of show in the next version as well.
Yeah. And then Andre Leon goes 4 in the last 30 minutes. Wow. So yeah,
we're gonna have planes in the air, and that's why. And I've explained this 1,000 times through a million different mediums, but that's why. One of 2 reasons why I don't fly. I mean, I'm sitting here, we're planning a TV show, having a cup of coffee while I've got 3 airplanes flying back. Couldn't do that on my own. If I did that on my own, I'd take 12 to 15 days to get these things moved. Now I'm gonna have 3 in the air at one time. The other thing is the cost. It's just so expensive to be in this business and be your own repo man and your own repo pilot. When I contract it out, I save in excess of $70,000 a year. So it would be a far more expensive hobby for me than a lot of people. So no sense doing it. I'll have coffee with Jorge, talk to you great fans, still get all the work done.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense. But I'm super excited about where we're headed. I'm super excited about the news that Jorge shared. I'm sorry, I apologize, Jorge. The great Jorge told me today. I mean, to have meetings already set up with some very, very important people that can really push this project forward is it's awesome. I'm stoked.
But we still need you guys.
Always need them. And they're great fans.
Yeah.
They're the best out there. So I mean, if you could share that page with your friends and on Facebook and ask them to come over. I don't post enough on the page to annoy people. But it'll come. Everything from here on out is going to come from about the show is going to come from Ken Cage Airplane Repo.
Yeah.
That's what that page has been designed for. So the more people that are there, including you guys. I mean, I'm going to stop doing show postings on this page. It's just going to be all my kids and what I had for dinner last night. That's it. Stop with everything else. Seriously. But I'm going to make all the announcements and everything, including we named the show.
Yep, we did.
I mean, some parents take more than 9 months to name babies. So for us to, in just a couple of weeks, be able to name our, we got some AC/DC coming up. Oh, this is a good day in Pasadena. Yeah, so we got a name for the show. Can we tell them, Jorge?
What do you say, man? Why don't we start by telling them the runner-ups. So we had Uncage.
Uncage was a
which
good
was
one.
Great.
Lynn had a bunch of good ones. I believe Lynn's from Ireland. She had a bunch of good ones. A lot of them using my name because my name fits in a lot of different places. But like, they all had the word repo though. And as I mentioned to folks last week, we're not going to use that word. Just to keep us out of trouble. Keeping the hands clean. So, what do you think? Next week we'll tell them, or should we tell them today?
Jennifer wants us to spill it. No.
Jennifer always wants information. That's why she's a great president. She's always tapped in. So Jennifer, for you, I'm going to put it on a T-shirt and sell it.
That would make a really good T-shirt.
It would. We'll go to every air show and just sell T-shirts. That way.
Say it. Amy Killer is like screaming.
Who's saying it? Amy from 30 minutes away? Amy should be 25 minutes away by now. She's headed this way. Jorge's in charge of this gig, so I got to follow what he says. He's not allowed to repo, and I'm not allowed to give him any instructions for the show. It's kind of a rule we have. It was funny too. Can I tell? I'm going to tell a behind-the-scenes story.
Sure.
So an episode, it ended up being the air tractor episode. The yellow airplane, the agro plane. Things got heated. Not with Jorge, but there was a little, when you're together with people for 8 or 9 straight weeks, non-stop.
Okay, we're back on.
So when you're with a core of people for 8 or 9 weeks, there's bound to be some fallout. Especially, I mean, we started out in Lake Havasu. I remember it was 108 degrees. out there, and Jorge and I got stuck on a King Air airplane. I repoed it, we pulled it aside so it was safe, and they're like, we want to film it taking off or whatever they wanted to film. And remember, Matt was there, and he's like, but just hold on in the plane for a minute, I got to get whatever switched out. And we were stuck in that airplane on the tarmac, 108 degrees outside for more than 20 minutes with the door shut.
Dude, it was crazy.
Sweating like pigs.
It was crazy.
But that's what we had to go through as a crew.
Yeah.
So then we ended up having, for the air tractor episode, some people had reached their boiling point. They had had enough, tired of missing their families. All of us went through it. It was tough. But that's when Jorge and I kind of decided to, rather than fight with everybody, make light of the drama with everybody. So I'm gonna spill on Gab. I love Gab, great guy from Canada. But there was a near altercation, right? And Gab said afterwards, he goes, I have never been so mad in my entire life, and I'm Canadian. I shouldn't be getting mad. And at that point, I yelled, yeah, and I'm Irish, and I shouldn't be drinking. And Jorge, you're Mexican. What shouldn't you be doing? And we kind of made a big joke of it, which upset people at first, but kind of brought everybody back to some sense of normalcy. So, kind of some of the fun stuff we go through when you're out there long enough. I thought that was funny. Gab didn't think it was funny at the time. You think he thinks it's funny yet? I think he does.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to tell us that, but I think he does.
Yeah. Come on, it's been
hysterical.
over what, 2 years now?
And I'm Irish, and I shouldn't want to drink this bad. I mean, come on. So anyway.
But that's great that that's something that we want to integrate in the show, which is some behind the scenes stuff.
Right. You never saw any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a tough job, and it's tougher for you guys really than it is for us, because the camera you were carrying around was 35, 40 pounds or whatever. It was ridiculous. So it took you almost as long to get geared up as it took Danny to put on his jewelry and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny getting out the bracelets and the rings and the chains and putting down his 2 Red Bulls and eating his honey bun. My man, I miss him. I got to get him back out here. I don't buy enough Red Bulls for him anymore, I guess. So, but we're
Yo, Danny.
Silver, you're gonna love that.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're making progress, but the next big step is, from what you said, the more followers we have everywhere, the better it's going to look for people who might be interested in bringing the show to the fans.
Exactly. So right now, the first step is to move everyone into our Facebook page, and then probably our next Facebook Live, we're gonna reveal the name of the show.
Oh my gosh.
Probably, right?
It's all up to you, Jorge.
And
I'm not a producer.
And then we'll get you guys to move into their its specific social media platforms.
Yeah, we've saved all the social media for the title, but we just want to get everybody in one place so then we can have a
migration.
An organized migration.
Exactly.
We used to always, because growing up my age, the Who concert, everybody remembers the Who concert, and that was always the big thing. We don't want another Who concert, so we want everybody to calmly and orderly head to the exit in the back and go to the new facility. So please share it with your friends, ask your friends to like it. If you post it, it literally, like you said, takes 4 to 7 seconds to come over, but it'll make a huge difference with the people that matter.
So Wendy Atkins is saying, "Miss Danny, bring him back." He's back. He's with us.
Oh, he's all in. Don't worry about that. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. I told Jorge this too, and everybody knows it. I will not do something without Danny, because we're trying to show something that's more real. And me working with Danny on these bigger cases, it doesn't get more real than that. So don't worry about it. Danny is in. I mean, right now, I don't know if you guys are friends with him, but he just posted he needs help at a shop. So he is really kicking butt down there in North Carolina. He's just so busy. Even though there was 4 airplanes, they were all, smaller single engines. So he's like, at this point, if it's not $1 million or more, he can't afford to get out. It wasn't $1 million, so he had to stay back. So, but the show will not happen without Danny. Danny's already in. He's on board, so it is going to happen, and Danny will be there. Don't even sweat it. I will not do it without him. So.
But I guess it all came down to power of the people. I mean, you guys have the power to bring this show faster, and that's the truth.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it is. You guys talk and people listen.
Exactly.
And the fact that we have fans in the UK.
Yo, Danny's here.
Danny's here. What's up, my brother?
Yeah. What's going down, brother?
Well, you showed me a nice ring. He'd be proud of you with that one, my man.
He saw it, man.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Weir's Beach.
Oh, is that where you got that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a great episode too. And how much of that got thrown onto the floor? One thing people don't know is the pilot said he was qualified in that aircraft. Jorge, you were in the airplane. Was he qualified in that aircraft?
Oh my God.
We literally came within a couple feet at the most.
At the most.
Crashing into
at the most.
trees.
I was gonna
at the
say
end of the
inches,
runway.
man.
Yeah.
It felt horrible.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, and there was other issues with that as well. But the fact that we almost hit trees, we almost ended it. And Danny almost got busted a couple times.
Plus, you screamed at me. I remember.
What'd I say?
You asked me to put that in the camera. You didn't say it that
Oh,
way, but
yeah.
you said put down that.
Put that darn thing down and come over and help me, please.
Yeah. That's a nice way
I usually
of
say
remembering
please and
it.
thank yous, right?
That's a nice way of.
Listen, we had to get out of there.
What happened?
When Danny gives us the Mayday call, says they're coming, yeah, we got to haul.
Yeah.
There's no hanging around.
What up, my brothers? That's Danny.
What's up, Danny? Miss you, man. I got to get some $1 million repos so I can get your butt back out here with me. Buy you full-size Red Bulls.
Yep.
Everybody make sure you say hi to Danny. Let him know you miss him, because we're both ready to rock and roll and show you some more fun stuff. And Danny, they were worried that you're not coming back with us. Let them know.
On.
I'm not doing it without you.
No one's doing it.
No, well, you said you would.
Shut up.
Oh, no, you didn't say that. Danny knows I'm full of it. He doesn't take me too seriously. So,
I hope you don't believe that shit, man.
it's not true. But he knows that. He's been dealing with my joking around forever and a day, so it's all good. But yeah, so anyway, so next week, the great Jorge may give us permission to release the name of the show. He has a big meeting next Thursday, so in 9 days. So if we can push that count up, at least a couple hundred, and then even showing the videos. I mean, having 2,000, 3,000 people checking out the videos, I know that helps you too. So share the videos.
Let's work hard this week, guys. Come on, help us out. Get the number up.
I'm gonna be like Tom Cruise. Help me, help you. Help me. Oh yeah, now you're being like Rod Tidwell. You're laughing at me. That's exactly what happened.
That's what happened.
Cuba Gooding Jr. just laughs. Help me, help you. Help me, help you. Great movie. So, anyway. All right, well, make sure you're all saying hey to Danny. Make sure you're showing the love. Because pretty soon, the great Jorge's going to be carrying around that giant camera chasing me and Danny around town.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Having Danny do tractor pulls on 737s again. Actually, Danny, that's a true story. A friend of mine, Scott, who I know you know, Scott, Don't Fear the Repo, is trying to get you hooked up for an aircraft pull at Dulles Airport. So he's entering your name. Whether you get in or not, we'll see. But I think Danny could absolutely pull a 737.
I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh yeah, Jason Sutton says. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Then Jennifer had she says, no Tom Cruise there.
I know, it's still George Clooney. I got it. It's always George Clooney with me because I have that sense of humor like George Clooney. But anyway.
Oh yeah, in your dreams, Jason.
What's he saying now?
I'll pull a 737.
Not a toy one, not a little one. Danny does the full-size versions.
Danny goes, no problem, I've done it before.
I'm going to tell another behind-the-scenes story here. So we were doing it was a first season case, Danny remembers this. We were going for, I think, a Citation. It might have been a Lear. I forget which kind of aircraft, but it was a full-size jet. And we didn't have a tug. It was a private airport. Did you get a comment, or do you know the story?
No, I know the story.
Okay. So we called a pilot. It's a 2-pilot show. So he's like, all right, I'll get the co-pilot. Co-pilot comes. It's a guy I had repoed from before. So he sees me. He recognizes me immediately. And he's not real happy. So he's trying to get out of there. He's trying to leave early. He's trying to do everything, right? Well, he ended up almost hurting Danny because Danny says, we didn't have a tug. And Danny says, well, I'll just pull it. I'm like, yeah, dude, I mean, this is a huge airplane. You can't pull this. Danny looks at me, he goes, Ken, I can pull it. Okay, I'll go look for something while you pull it. Well, as Danny puts a harness around himself, he's pulling it by backing up, putting all of his weight on the belt, and he's moving it. It's ridiculous, right? All of a sudden, that co-pilot who I'd repoed from before hits the brake. And honestly, nearly broke Danny's back. And it's like, you son of a gun. Just an awful guy. So, he can pull jets. I've seen it with my own eyes. We're just going to have to get approved pilots first before he does it again. But again, it's typical Danny. I mean, his back is absolutely killing him. Having trouble standing up, but they're like, can you keep going? He's like, yeah, I'll keep filming. And
He's a tough guy, man.
You think? You think?
I remember that episode where he wanted to take one of the other planes. We were there for one.
Yeah,
he wanted to take a second one.
Oh, he kept doing that the second year.
And you guys left, and I saw him carrying those car batteries from the parking lot to the hangar.
Here's the things, and that was in the desert. It was, it was nighttime, but it was probably still 98 degrees out. This is the kind of stuff I hated, though, because you guys never told me anything. You didn't tell me anything, and Danny never did. So then the show comes on, and I see Danny snag him out of a rental car, out of the pilot's rental car. And the pilot says, where'd you get those from? You didn't get them from my car, did you? Danny says, no, sir. And I'm watching the show, I'm like, wait, but he did. And I didn't even realize it till 3 months later when I'm watching the show. There was a lot of stuff like that. You were in cahoots with Danny a lot. And I'm watching the show. When he got the Ferrari and he was racing it in Maryland, didn't tell me a word about it. I see it on the show. I'm like, Danny, what was going on with that other car? Oh, I didn't tell you? Yeah, like you thought you told me. No, you didn't tell me. Oh yeah, I was racing another car, a BMW. Okay, how'd it go? Oh, I kicked his ass. Okay, good.
Good times.
Yeah, you guys keep a lot for. I can't leave you and Danny alone anymore. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
I miss too much. So, but again, with the new show, we're going to be able to show more behind the scenes stuff, more of the planning, more of the investigation, more of the actual getting stuff. That's what's exciting.
Exactly. Behind the scenes.
That's where a lot of the fun stuff really happens.
Yeah.
That behind the scenes stuff is, when I threw the rope on Danny on the float plane and he yelled snake.
Yeah.
Then he almost fell in the water, and then he threatened to kill me, which he would have if he wasn't on the other float.
Danny's going, do not want to lose my job over batteries.
Hey man, I'm all for being creative. Get the job done. Yeah. Where was that pilot going to drive that night anyway? He was flying somewhere as far as I remember. So yeah, but you two in cahoots.
Yeah, we're getting that stuff, Amy. We are. The behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, we're gonna. Yeah, I actually asked about that early on, and I was so, they don't do behind the scenes stuff for first season or second season. Okay, well I think that's some of the good stuff. I mean, most people would agree that a lot of the really good stuff ended up on the floor. Yeah. So now we're not gonna have a floor. It'll be edited and cleaned up, but it's not gonna be where we cut out huge sections of interesting stuff. We're gonna show you more of it to make it more realistic.
Yeah. It's gonna be, remember guys, it's gonna be interactive also.
That's for sure.
So
that's for sure.
So keep that in mind. It's gonna be a completely different show. New show, great stories.
So one thing, and it's funny because Jorge, when we sit down and eat or have coffee, he always starts that, and I was telling him a story today, and he's like, oh my gosh, like, How come you never told me that story before? I don't know. I mean, they're just stories to me. Like, you got to draw them out of me. So,
Yeah.
but that's the fun part. There's always some fun
Something.
stuff going
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
we'll show you as much of that fun stuff as possible.
Brandon Scott says hi, Ken.
Is it Brandon?
Brandon.
What's up, Brandon? Hey, nobody. Thanks for tuning in. Again, the big thing here is we've got some big meetings coming up. We've got a really good chance of advancing this forward quickly, which is, I think, what everybody wants. If you could like the Ken Cage Airplane repo page and then share it and ask your friends to do the same, that would be huge. Because the bigger the number on next Thursday, the better it's going to be, the easier it's going to be for Jorge to go in and say,
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Help us
then
with
the magic
numbers,
starts.
guys.
Yeah, the other thing I'm excited about too is once we start filming, before we had to keep hush hush until a week or so before it premiered. Now we can we have more flexibility to show people what we're doing
Yeah.
while we're doing it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do some Facebook Lives while we're filming.
Totally.
We can give updates while we're filming.
We're gonna be doing a lot of that stuff, guys. A lot of that stuff as the show is going.
More flexibility.
Yeah.
If we have enough tape, we're going to show Danny getting his jewelry on in the morning.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
But we need like 40 minutes of tape for that.
Okay.
Because, you know, he's got this one, and then this one, and then
Each
the
ring.
and then the necklace, and get the hat on right.
Yeah.
And then he does all his exercises. He does push-ups on the back of the car. Then he lifts it on the back. Then he's starting to get loose.
Yeah.
Jeez. Me, I don't lift cars, so you only get so much out of me. I'll run, but I can't lift like that. Lifted cars. Who does that for a warm-up? Who lifts cars for a warm-up? The Beast, the Pit Bull.
Yeah.
So,
The Pitbull of South Carolina. North Carolina.
very close to the border.
Very, very close.
So, and I think Alyssa from Danny's hometown is checking in too. So, hey, what's up, Alyssa? So, yeah. All right. We got more work to do, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember, guys, let's bring that number up. Tell your friends, tag your friends, just click that follow button.
And share it and ask your friends to do the same.
Yeah.
And if that happens, we might have a huge announcement soon, more than just a name.
Yeah.
Which next week we'll announce the name if Jorge lets me.
We will.
Well, all right, there you have it. See, I got it to commit, fans. See how that worked? Jennifer, we have a date to announce this. It's next week, one day. Maybe I'll do it from New York City.
Danny's screaming at me, North Carolina.
I said North Carolina. I corrected.
Yes, we corrected it.
I tried, Danny. I tried.
Man.
There's two Carolinas. He's just getting confused a little bit. That's all.
I know.
So, at least he didn't say North Dakota.
It was so close to where my college was, Savannah.
You went to school in Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great town that is. Spectacular. The riverfront there.
So Durham is North Carolina. Yeah. Durham is North Carolina.
Yeah, we don't talk about Durham.
You don't talk about Durham.
No, that horrible school named after devils is there. We don't like to talk about that. We're Tar Heels. We talk about North Carolina. That's it. UNC, Chapel Hill. That other school we don't recognize as an actual university.
No.
The Devils. I mean, the name should tell you all you need to know. So, go Tar Heels. That's all I got to say. Right, Danny? That was actually, did you know that? The interview question?
What was it?
So when I met Danny, sat down, he was very polite, proper. I've told the story before, like it was very serious. We were there at a bar, ordering lunch. I'm like, all right, this interview is going to be short and sweet. Because I knew he was from North Carolina. I said, it's one question, Danny. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm like, you better tell me the truth, because if not, you're done. Oh, absolutely, sir. I'll tell you the truth. So he's sirring me. Imagine that. I'm leaning into him. I said, Carolina or Duke? He says, Carolina. I said, let's go. True story.
Yeah, he wants me to ask you
About what?
about Duke.
Don't ask about that.
No, of course.
God,
I can't even say the name, Danny. Come on, man.
Come on. It's
We're friends. We're all friends here.
It's small d o o k. There's no capital letter. It's small d o o k. But yeah, he said that was, and he'll tell you that was the interview question. Carolina or Duke? He said Carolina. I said, let's go.
Yeah, let's
And then
do it.
10 minutes later, he got pulled over by a cop. True story. Ran a stop sign. Looks at me, he goes, you don't have any record, do you? I'm like, no, what? All of a sudden it dawned on me, why, do you? Nothing you need to worry about. What? And the officer's pulling right up the window, like, what? I couldn't even answer. Like, what kind of answer is that when a police officer's come? Nothing you need to know about. Okay, let's see how this goes. This is all within 10 or 15 minutes of us, leaving that restaurant on our first case. At that point, I knew we were in good shape. I knew we'd have fun, as long as we didn't get arrested. So, anyway, next week, I'll do it from New York City. I'll announce the name of the show. I'll be in New York City. I'll do it there. Find a nice location in Manhattan. Maybe by the Fox News building or Trump building. Because I know that way I'll get a lot of people to tune in. Maybe not a lot of love, but everybody will tune in.
Exactly.
Right from underneath the overhead.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
Trump, that's what we're going to do. Guaranteed. Next week. Trump Tower.
Trump Tower. Everyone.
So either be there or tune in. I'll let you know what time, but we're going to make the announcement from Trump Tower, baby. See how close I can get with Secret. If I wear a suit, I could get in with Secret Service. I've done it before. So, all right. Ready to get back to work?
Yep.
Let's get back to work. Danny, I'll talk to you soon, brother. Be good.
Guys,
Fans,
peace. Thank you so much.
Peace.
And